Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brother T, Freemason, cigar enthusiast with VCR, and we got the tapes rolling on another cigar review video for you folks. Today, we're smoking, boom, The Last Cowboy by Sinistro Cigars, an offering facilitated by Privada Cigar Club, and that's from whom I received this stick, probably now at least 2 years ago. So I'm excited. Excited because I haven't smoked one before, but also excited because it has something I haven't seen before, and that's a sock. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what we're calling it. It's on the foot of the cigar, it's a candela wrapper, it's a sock. And since we're talking about feet, let's talk about shoulders. The cap, it has a pigtail cap, and that is fantastic. In terms of other initial impressions, it looks very rustic. It has very thick veining. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up at all. There we go. Has some thick veining. It's milk chocolate in color. It has a rich oily finish to it. It's toothy. It has a firm pack, visible veins as you can imagine, and slightly visible seams. Outside of that, pretty light aroma. It's earthy and almost a restroom-ish type of note. Probably doesn't sound the most appetizing. To me, it smells quite pleasing. So let's cut and light. Initial impressions, slight wood, a little bit of breadiness. There's some earth there, a little bit of black pepper. It's starting off quite fantastic in terms of draw. Milkshake through a straw, maybe on the looser side of that analogy. Fantastic so far. We'll see how it develops. I'm interested to see if this candela adds that much to the flavor profile or not. So we'll find out. More to come. All right, everybody. Getting to about that 1 inch in mark, time for a flavor update. In terms of what the candela sock, for lack of a better turn of phrase, brought to the blend, is maybe a question more of what it held back. The moment we moved past that candela, the black pepper started coming forward. There was this building heat component that's now present. There's an umami that's coming, almost a meaty quality, and a hickory, almost sweetness to the cigar. It's fantastic so far. I guess as it is right now, I think this is the first Sinistro that I've smoked, so I think it's a great introduction to the brand for me, because it does intrigue me as to the other offerings from that manufacturer. So we'll see how this develops. More to come. All right, everybody. Get to that halfway point. Time for a blend and flavor update. To kick it off in terms of tasting notes, still an earth. There's an umami at times. We still have bits of black pepper. We have elements of cocoa now that are joining the mix, as well as coffee, and then even some coffee bitters on the trailing end of that note. In terms of blend, it uses a Connecticut broadleaf Maduro wrapper, a Mexican San Andreas binder, and then it uses filler, which is Dominican Piloto. So, fantastic blend, very engaging cigar, quite an offering from Sinistro. As I mentioned, my first offering, our first cigar offering from them that I've smoked, and it certainly has been pretty engaging. Fantastic, in fact. So, well done, Sinistro, well done. I will imagine, or I shouldn't say will imagine, I will be finding my way into your brand offerings a little bit more in the future, and we'll be reviewing those on this channel. So, stay tuned. All right, everybody. Get to that point where we can undress this guy. Remove the band. And we'll talk about that band a little bit. Actually proving to be quite difficult to remove. There we go. All right. It has a moderately contrasting color palette, which is primarily going to be grayscale, and it has some antique cream elements to it as well. It has some engaging portraiture. Upon close inspection, there is some pixelization that's taking place in terms of print quality. There's also some light raised typeface. I really wouldn't call it embossed elements, but you can feel it upon hand inspection. In terms of tasting notes, we're running into wood. We have the earth, a slight baking spice, some cocoa, still a coffee that's present. Moving into the cigar wrap-up, Construction, fantastic. Ash held on for probably 1 inch, if not greater increments, which is sublime when it's a Lancero. Burn, it's been consistent and sharp throughout. Draw, it was like milkshake through a straw, as we mentioned earlier, certainly on the lighter side of that turn of phrase. Draw, it's dense, it's creamy. Mouthfeel is more cream than oil. In terms of overall, I guess, neutrality, it is mouth neutral. It's not drying, it doesn't make one salivate, it very much is in that middle band. In terms of savory and sweet, it's more savory than sweet for me. Tasting notes: wood, earth, baking spice, that cocoa and coffee. We mentioned those, but there's still a black pepper now, really towards the rear there. My name's Brother T, Freemason, cigar enthusiast with VCR, and today we smoked the last Cowboy by Sinistro, and as always, smoke 'em if you got 'em.